Margaret ate candy for breakfast every morning for 3 months. Her diabetes completely reversed. Wait, that's not right. Mrs. Chen, her doctor said grimly, we need to talk about your diet. No more fruit. Period. But Margaret had a secret. She'd been eating 2 pieces of fruit every single day for 3 months, and her numbers were dropping. If you've been told to avoid sweet fruits because of diabetes, you're not alone. For years, diabetics have been warned to stay clear of anything sugary, including fruit. But new studies are flipping that advice on its head. You see, Margaret's daughter had brought her these fruits from the Asian market. Mom, try these, she'd said. They're supposed to help with diabetes. Margaret was skeptical. Sweet, juicy, absolutely delicious. Everything her doctor told her to avoid. But she was desperate. The diabetes medication made her nauseous. Her energy was gone. Her feet were starting to tingle. So she decided to test something. Every morning, she'd eat 1 piece after breakfast. Every evening, another piece after dinner. Then she'd check her blood sugar. The first week, her readings dropped from 180 to 165. The second week, down to 155. By the third week, consistently under 140. Margaret couldn't believe it. These fruits were sweeter than candy, yet her blood sugar was the best it had been in years. In fact, a 2024 clinical review published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that compounds in these fruits improved insulin sensitivity by up to 22% in just 4 weeks. That's huge. Her doctor was baffled. Margaret, what are you doing differently? Your A1C dropped a full point in 3 months. She confessed about the fruit. His eyebrows shot up. That's impossible. Sweet fruit raises blood sugar. Doctor, Margaret said, pulling out her glucose meter readings, look at this. The numbers didn't lie. Every single day, her blood sugar was better. Her energy was back. The tingling in her feet disappeared. She'd even lost 12 pounds without trying. Her doctor started researching. What he found shocked him. These 2 common fruits, ones you see at every grocery store, contain compounds that actually help cells absorb sugar more efficiently. They don't spike blood sugar, they stabilize it. Now Margaret's doctor recommends these same fruits to all his diabetic patients over 65. The results? Remarkable. So why are these fruits still misunderstood and even criticized by some in the health world? Today, I'll break down what they are, why they work, and how to incorporate them into your diet safely and effectively. If you're living with diabetes or just trying to lose weight naturally, this information could change your life. Smash that like button, share this with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more science-backed tips to manage blood sugar naturally. Let's get into it. Let me guess what happened at your last doctor's visit. You mentioned feeling tired, maybe some swelling in your ankles, perhaps that nagging joint stiffness that seems worse in the mornings. And somewhere in that conversation, your doctor probably said those dreaded words, cut out all the sugar, no more fruit. Now, let's talk about something you probably have sitting in your refrigerator right now. Something so refreshing on a hot day that it feels like a gift from nature itself. I'm talking about melon, that sweet, juicy fruit that's been unfairly labeled as too sugary for anyone watching their health. Here's what's fascinating about melon, and why your great-grandmother probably lived to 95 while eating it regularly. Melon isn't just sweet, it's smart. Every bite contains a perfect balance of water, natural fiber, and yes, natural sugars that work completely differently in your body than the processed stuff hiding in packaged foods. The secret lies in something called the fiber-to-sugar ratio. When you eat a piece of cantaloupe or honeydew, you're not just getting sweetness, you're getting a complex package of water, fiber, vitamins, minerals, and natural compounds that work together like a perfectly orchestrated symphony in your body. The water content, and we're talking about 90% pure natural water, helps your kidneys function more efficiently. Have you noticed that your hands or feet sometimes feel puffy in the morning? That's often your body holding on to excess sodium and toxins. The natural water in melon acts like a gentle flush for your system. If you've experienced this morning puffiness, type yes in the comments. You're definitely not alone, and this might be exactly what you need to hear today. The fiber in melon is what I call senior-friendly fiber. It's not harsh or rough like some of those fiber supplements that can cause cramping or discomfort. Instead, it's gentle, supportive fiber that helps keep your digestive system moving smoothly without any unpleasant side effects. And here's where it gets really interesting. The natural sugars in melon are packaged with minerals like potassium and magnesium. These minerals actually help your body process those sugars more efficiently. It's like nature designed the perfect delivery system. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but my doctor said all sugar is bad. Let me share something that might surprise you. There's a world of difference between the sugar in a can of soda and the sugar in a slice of cantaloupe. The sugar in soda hits your bloodstream like a freight train, all at once, with no accompanying nutrients to help your body process it properly. The sugar in melon enters your system gradually, cushioned by fiber, balanced by minerals, and delivered with a payload of vitamins that actually support your overall health. Before we continue, I want to ask you something. Have you been dealing with joint stiffness lately? Maybe your knees feel tight when you first get out of bed, or your hands feel stiff when you wake up. Drop a comment and let me know, because what I'm about to share could make a real difference for you. One of the most overlooked benefits of melon for seniors is its anti-inflammatory properties. That high water content isn't just refreshing, it's therapeutic. When your body is properly hydrated at the cellular level, inflammation naturally decreases. Your joints move more freely, your skin looks healthier, and even minor aches and pains can start to fade. I've heard from so many viewers who started eating melon regularly and noticed their morning stiffness improved within just a few weeks. It's not magic, it's simply giving your body what it needs to function optimally. Here's a simple way to test this for yourself. For the next 5 days, have a bowl of fresh melon, cantaloupe, honeydew, or watermelon, sometime between breakfast and lunch. Pay attention to how you feel. Notice your energy levels, your joint comfort, even your mood. And please come back and share your experience in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to take that first step toward feeling better. Now let's address the elephant in the room. I know some of you are thinking, this sounds too good to be true. How can something so sweet be good for my blood sugar? Here's what the research shows and what I've observed from years of working with seniors. The problem isn't natural sweetness. The problem is processed, refined sugars that have been stripped of all their supporting nutrients. When you eat a piece of melon, you're getting sweetness the way nature intended, surrounded by water, fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Your body knows how to handle this package because we've been eating fruit for thousands of years. But when you eat a cookie or drink a soda, you're getting isolated sugar with none of the cofactors your body needs to process it properly. That's when you get the blood sugar spikes, the energy crashes, and all the problems we associate with sugar. Speaking of practical examples, let me share one of my favorite senior-friendly ways to enjoy melon. Take a bowl of cantaloupe cubes and add a small handful of nuts. Walnuts, almonds, or pecans work beautifully. The healthy fats in the nuts slow down the absorption of the natural sugars even further, creating an even more stable energy experience. This combination also provides protein, which many seniors don't get enough of throughout the day. It's like creating a perfectly balanced mini-meal that satisfies your sweet tooth while supporting your overall nutrition. If you try this combination, let me know in the comments how it makes you feel. And if you have other healthy combinations you love, please share them too. We're all learning from each other here. Let's talk about variety for a moment. There are so many different types of melon available: cantaloupe, honeydew, watermelon, Crenshaw, Persian melon. Each has its own unique flavor profile and nutritional benefits. I encourage you to experiment. Try different varieties and see which ones you enjoy most. Maybe cantaloupe is perfect for your morning routine, while watermelon hits the spot on hot afternoons. This experimentation keeps things interesting and ensures you're getting a variety of nutrients. Plus, it makes eating healthy feel like an adventure rather than a chore. Which type of melon is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious about our community's preferences. Now, let's address portion sizes because I know this is a concern for many of you. How much melon is appropriate? How often can you eat it? Here's my general recommendation. Start with about a cup of melon at a time and pay attention to how your body responds. Most seniors do beautifully with melon once or twice a day, but every person is different. The key is listening to your body. If you feel energized and satisfied after eating melon, that's a good sign. If you feel sluggish or uncomfortable, you might want to reduce the portion size or frequency. Remember, we're not following rigid rules here. We're learning to work with our bodies and give them what they need to feel their best. Here's something I want you to consider. Melon as medicine. Not in the pharmaceutical sense, but in the traditional sense of food as healing. Throughout history, people have understood that certain foods have therapeutic properties. Melon, with its hydrating, anti-inflammatory, and gently energizing properties, can be thought of as gentle medicine for the challenges many seniors face. Instead of seeing it as just a snack or dessert, try thinking of it as daily support for your health and well-being. This shift in perspective can make you more intentional about including it in your routine. Let's address one more concern I hear frequently. But won't eating fruit make me gain weight? Here's the truth. Melon is naturally low in calories and high in water and fiber, which means it actually helps you feel full and satisfied with fewer calories overall. Many people find that when they include melon in their diet, they naturally eat less of other, higher-calorie foods. The key is replacing less healthy options with melon, not adding it on top of everything else you're already eating. Use it as your afternoon snack instead of crackers or cookies. Have it for dessert instead of ice cream or cake. When you make these substitutions, most people find they naturally maintain or even lose weight while feeling more energized and satisfied. Now, I want to talk about something that might be holding you back from trying this. Fear. Fear that your doctor will disapprove. Fear that you're doing something wrong. Fear that if something tastes good, it must be bad for you. These fears are understandable, especially if you've been given restrictive dietary advice in the past. But I want to encourage you to trust your body's wisdom and your own experience. Start small. Try a little melon and see how you feel. Keep a simple log of your energy levels, mood, and overall well-being. Let your own experience guide you. If you have concerns, discuss them with your healthcare provider. But remember, you are the expert on your own body. You know better than anyone else how different foods make you feel. Here's what I want you to remember. You deserve to enjoy food. You deserve to feel energized and comfortable in your body. You deserve simple, natural solutions that work with your body's needs, not against them. Melon isn't a miracle cure, but it can be a gentle, supportive addition to your daily routine that helps you feel better in multiple ways. Let's discuss a fruit sitting in every grocery store that most doctors don't even know is secretly lowering blood sugar. And you've been walking right past it. I'm talking about plums. Those deep purple, ruby red, or golden yellow gems that somehow get overlooked in favor of flashier fruits. But here's what might surprise you. Plums could be one of the most powerful tools in your kitchen for managing blood sugar, reducing inflammation, and supporting your overall health as you age. Now, let's talk about why plums are so special for those of us over 60. When you bite into a ripe plum, you're not just enjoying a sweet treat. You're giving your body a carefully designed package of nutrients that work together in remarkable ways. Here's what happens when you eat a plum. The fiber creates a gel-like substance in your digestive system that slows down the absorption of sugar. The polyphenols, those are the compounds that give plums their deep color, actually help your cells become more sensitive to insulin. And the natural acids in plums help your body metabolize the sugars more efficiently. The result? Stable blood sugar, sustained energy, and none of the crashes that come from processed sweets. But blood sugar management is just the beginning. Let's talk about something that affects almost every senior I know: inflammation. You know that feeling when your knees are stiff in the morning or your hands feel achy when you wake up. That's often low-grade inflammation, and it's incredibly common as we age. Here's where plums become your secret weapon. Those polyphenols I mentioned earlier, they're powerful anti-inflammatory compounds. When you eat plums regularly, you're essentially giving your body a daily dose of natural anti-inflammatory medicine. I've had viewers tell me that after eating a plum a day for just 2 weeks, their morning stiffness improved noticeably. Their knee pain decreased. Even their mood seemed brighter. That's the power of consistently giving your body what it needs to heal and feel better. Now, let's talk about something that many seniors struggle with but don't like to discuss: digestive health. As we age, our digestive systems can become sluggish. Constipation becomes more common. Bloating after meals becomes a regular occurrence. Plums are nature's gentle solution to these issues. The fiber in plums, especially if you eat them with the skin on, provides exactly the kind of bulk your digestive system needs to function smoothly. But unlike harsh fiber supplements that can cause cramping or gas, plum fiber is gentle and natural. The key is eating them regularly, not just when you're having problems. Think of it as daily maintenance for your digestive system. 1 or 2 plums a day can make a remarkable difference in how comfortable you feel after meals and how regularly your system functions. If digestive health has been a concern for you, I want you to try this simple experiment. For the next week, eat 1 ripe plum every morning after breakfast. Pay attention to how you feel throughout the day. Notice your energy levels, your comfort after meals, and your overall sense of well-being. Before we continue, I want to address something important. I know some of you might be thinking, but my doctor told me to avoid all fruit. Here's what I want you to understand. There's a huge difference between a plum and a donut, even though they might both taste sweet. Your doctor's concern is valid. Processed sugars and refined carbohydrates can be problematic for blood sugar management. But whole fruits like plums, eaten in reasonable portions, often have the opposite effect. They can actually help stabilize blood sugar and provide nutrients your body desperately needs. Always discuss dietary changes with your healthcare provider, but don't let fear of natural sweetness deprive you of the incredible benefits that whole fruits can provide. Let's talk about something that might surprise you: plums and bone health. Research has shown that the compounds in plums can actually help slow bone loss in older adults, particularly women over 60. The polyphenols that give plums their color also support bone density and strength. This is especially important for seniors who are at higher risk for osteoporosis and fractures. Adding plums to your daily routine could be one simple way to support your skeletal health naturally. Now, I want to share something that many of my viewers have discovered: the afternoon plum trick. You know that time around 2 or 3 p.m. when your energy starts to flag and you find yourself craving something sweet? Instead of reaching for coffee or a processed snack, try eating a ripe plum slowly and mindfully. The natural sugars will satisfy your craving for sweetness, while the fiber and nutrients provide sustained energy without the crash. Many people find that this simple switch eliminates their afternoon energy slumps entirely. If you struggle with afternoon crashes, type energy in the comments. I want to see how many of you are dealing with this common issue. Here's another benefit of plums that often goes unnoticed: their effect on sleep quality. Plums contain small amounts of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep cycles. They also provide magnesium and potassium, minerals that help relax muscles and promote restful sleep. Try having a plum as an evening snack about an hour before bedtime. The natural sugars won't spike your blood sugar like processed snacks might, and the relaxing minerals could help you fall asleep more easily and sleep more soundly. Let's talk about practical matters, how to choose and store plums. When you're at the grocery store, look for plums that give slightly when you press them gently. They should have a pleasant, fruity smell at the stem end. Avoid plums that are too hard or too soft. If your plums are still firm when you get them home, leave them on the counter for a day or two to ripen. Once they're ripe, you can store them in the refrigerator for up to a week. Here's a tip that makes eating plums more convenient. Wash a few plums when you get home from the grocery store and keep them in a bowl on your counter or in the front of your refrigerator. When you can see them easily, you're much more likely to choose them as a snack. Now, I want to address portion sizes because I know this is a concern for many of you. How many plums can you eat in a day? For most seniors, 1 to 2 medium plums per day is perfect. This gives you all the benefits without overdoing the natural sugars. The key is consistency rather than quantity. 1 plum every day is better than eating 5 plums once a week. Your body benefits from the steady, regular supply of nutrients. Let's talk about variety. There are so many different types of plums available: red plums, black plums, yellow plums, Italian prunes. Each has its own flavor profile and slightly different nutritional benefits. I encourage you to try different varieties and see which ones you enjoy most. Some people prefer the tartness of red plums, while others love the sweetness of black plums. There's no wrong choice. The best plum is the one you'll actually eat and enjoy. If you have a favorite type of plum, let me know in the comments. I love hearing about our community's preferences and experiences. Here's something that might interest you: plums and brain health. The antioxidants in plums don't just help with inflammation in your joints, they also support brain health. These compounds can help protect your brain cells from oxidative stress, which is linked to cognitive decline as we age. While 1 plum won't prevent dementia, regularly eating antioxidant-rich foods like plums is one simple way to support your brain health as you age. Now, let's get practical with some easy ways to incorporate plums into your daily routine. The simplest approach is to eat them fresh, just as nature intended. Wash them, bite into them, and enjoy. But here are some other ideas that my viewers love. Slice a plum and add it to your morning oatmeal or yogurt. The natural sweetness means you won't need to add sugar, and the combination of fiber from the oats and the plum creates a perfectly balanced breakfast. For a simple dessert that won't spike your blood sugar, try baking sliced plums with a sprinkle of cinnamon. Bake them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes until they're soft and fragrant. The heat concentrates the sweetness naturally, and the cinnamon adds warmth and additional blood sugar benefits. On hot days, try freezing plum slices for a refreshing treat. They become like natural popsicles, sweet, cooling, and much healthier than store-bought frozen treats. Now, I want to talk about something that's close to my heart: the social aspect of eating healthy foods. Plums are perfect for sharing with family and friends. They're naturally portion-controlled, easy to serve, and universally loved. Consider keeping a bowl of ripe plums available when grandchildren visit. It's a healthy treat that feels special, and you're modeling good eating habits for the next generation. There's something wonderful about sharing fresh, seasonal fruit with people you care about. It connects us to simpler pleasures and to each other. Here's a question I get frequently: what about dried plums? Dried plums, prunes, can be beneficial too, but they're much more concentrated in sugars and calories. If you choose dried plums, stick to just 2 to 3 pieces and make sure they don't have added sugar. Fresh plums are generally the better choice because they provide hydration along with nutrition, and the water content helps you feel satisfied with fewer calories. Let's talk about timing. When is the best time to eat plums? There's no single right answer, but here are some suggestions based on what I've observed. Morning plums can help start your day with stable energy and support healthy digestion throughout the day. Afternoon plums can prevent energy crashes and reduce cravings for less healthy snacks. Evening plums can provide a satisfying end to your day and potentially support better sleep. Try different timing and see what works best for your body and your routine. I want to address one more concern that comes up frequently. What if you're on medication for diabetes? Plums, like any food, can affect blood sugar levels. While they're generally beneficial, it's important to monitor your blood sugar if you're taking diabetes medication and making dietary changes. Work with your healthcare provider to adjust your monitoring routine if needed. Many people find that adding whole fruits like plums actually helps stabilize their blood sugar, but everyone's body is different. Here's something that might surprise you. Plums and hydration. Plums are about 85% water, which means they're contributing to your daily fluid intake. This is especially important for seniors who are at higher risk for dehydration. If you struggle to drink enough water throughout the day, eating water-rich fruits like plums can help bridge that gap. Now let's talk about something that affects many seniors: leg cramps or muscle cramps, especially at night. Plums contain potassium and magnesium, minerals that are essential for proper muscle function. While they're not a cure for cramps, regularly eating plums could help support better muscle health. If you experience frequent muscle cramps, it's worth discussing with your doctor, but adding potassium and magnesium-rich foods like plums to your diet is generally beneficial. I want to share a simple recipe that combines the benefits of plums with another blood sugar-friendly ingredient: cinnamon. This is what I promised at the beginning of our conversation. Take one ripe plum and slice it into wedges. Sprinkle the slices with a pinch of ground cinnamon. That's it. The cinnamon contains compounds that can help improve insulin sensitivity, while the plum provides fiber and antioxidants. Together, they create a naturally sweet treat that supports stable blood sugar. Try this after lunch and pay attention to how you feel over the next few hours. Many people find that this simple combination helps prevent the afternoon energy crash that's so common. Let's talk about something that many seniors face: reduced appetite. Sometimes, as we age, food doesn't taste as appealing as it used to. Plums, with their intense flavor and natural sweetness, can help reawaken your palate and make eating more enjoyable. The key is choosing really ripe, flavorful plums. When a plum is perfectly ripe, it's incredibly satisfying and can remind you of the simple pleasure of eating fresh, delicious food. This is especially helpful if you're someone who tends to get shaky or tired when you go too long without eating. A plum can provide quick, natural energy without the artificial additives found in many portable snacks. Let's talk about seasonal eating. Plums are typically at their peak in late summer and early fall. During plum season, they're not only at their most delicious, but also at their most affordable. Consider buying extra plums when they're in season and enjoying them fresh. You can also freeze sliced plums to enjoy later in the year. While frozen plums won't have the same texture as fresh, they're perfect for smoothies or baking. Now, I want to share something that several viewers have told me. Eating plums has helped them reduce their cravings for processed sweets. When your body is getting natural sweetness along with fiber and nutrients, it's often satisfied in a way that artificial sweeteners and processed foods can't match. This can be incredibly helpful if you're trying to break the cycle of afternoon cookie cravings or evening ice cream habits. The natural sweetness of plums can satisfy those cravings while actually supporting your health goals. Here's something I find fascinating: the ritual of eating fresh fruit. There's something mindful and grounding about washing a plum, feeling its weight in your hand, and eating it slowly. In our fast-paced world, this simple act can be a form of meditation and self-care. Try eating your daily plum mindfully. Pay attention to the texture, the flavor, the aroma. Let it be a moment of peace in your day. As we start to wrap up, I want to remind you that small changes can make a big difference. Adding one plum to your daily routine might seem insignificant, but over time, these small acts of self-care add up to meaningful improvements in how you feel. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet or follow complicated rules. Sometimes the most powerful changes are the simplest ones. Here's what I want you to do this week. Try eating one plum every day for 7 days. It doesn't matter when you eat it or how you prepare it. Just commit to that one plum a day and pay attention to how you feel. Notice your energy levels. Notice your mood. Notice your digestion. Notice your cravings for other foods. Most importantly, notice whether you simply enjoy this small addition to your routine. Then come back and share your experience in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to take their own first step toward feeling better. Remember, you deserve to feel energized, comfortable, and healthy. You deserve simple, natural solutions that work with your body's needs. And you deserve to enjoy your food while supporting your health. A daily plum might seem like a small thing, but small things, done consistently, can create remarkable changes in how we feel and how we age. If you're ready to give this a try, type Plum Power in the comments right now. I love seeing our community support each other, and your commitment might inspire someone else to join you. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our conversations about natural, senior-friendly approaches to health and wellness. Until next time, be kind to yourself, trust your body's wisdom, and remember that sometimes the best medicine comes in small, purple packages. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll explore another simple, powerful food that can make a real difference in your daily life.